trigeminal neuralgia. They're both of them could cause you to say that's enough. I've had all I could take. I can't stand no more.
Yeah.
What was that line from Popeye? That's all I can stand. I can't stand no
That's
more.
all I can take, and I can't take no more.
So anyway, facial pain is something just really nasty, and so what we can do is this. Let me have a doctor up here, or a patient.
Jim, you want me to hold
Yeah.
it?
Let me have a patient up here,
I'll be good.
and I need an assistant.
Can I help? You want me to-
Have a seat. Lay down, face up. Now, take the RT position. And what you're going to do is you're going to roll in and just hold that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and grab behind the TMJ and behind and right in here on the zygomatic arch. And you're going to take a deep breath and you're going to roll in and pull backwards, and I'm going to lift up and relax and deep breath. It's just like I'm trying to take a mask off of his face. Breathe out and relax. This is one of the major cranial, I think it's cranial specifics. Breathe in and out and in and out. And you're just lifting up and trying to lift the face, the facial bones, while she's holding onto the skull. You can also do it this way. Just take the basic two, and you just hold this down as I lift up. Breathe in and out, in and out. Okay? And that's good for I do the maxillary release.
Fruit jar?
Fruit jar, come in and just take this side, turn your head to the right, and resist, turn to the left, and resist, turn to the right, and resist, turn to the left, and resist, turn to the right, and left. There. And that opens up the sinuses, helps to drain the frontal sinus.
That's great.
Can you show the zygomatic? This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me have gloves.
I'll grab you a glove.
So you just grab
Close. Take the fruit jar and turn your head to the right and left and to the right and to the left. Now see, my hands are going against and then with. Now turn to the right. See how I'm lifting up on the frontal bone and pulling the maxilla. Now turn to the left. Now I'm pulling the maxilla and directing it, going with the patient to move the frontal bone back and forth and back and forth. Now you come in here, tuck your chin.
Oh, God.
So what is this?
Doesn't feel good.
What is this
Oh.
doing?
This is the maxilla.
Okay.
Oh,
Dr.
Turn your head to
DeCamp
the
did that
left.
to me.
Oh, God.
Turn to the
Very
right,
tender. So what are you?
turn to the
what's
left,
the objective here?
turn to the right, back to the left.
You're just opening the sutures.
What's the objective of opening the maxilla?
That's terrible.
You
Well,
wanna
it just allows the whole
Oh, wow.
In other words, you got the maxillary zygomatic suture here. Then you've got the zygomatico-frontal suture here. So you come in here, and you lift up on the frontal bone, and you pull down right there. And then you turn the head this way, now the other way, right there, and you want to open up the zygomatico-temporal suture. So you got here, here, here.
Yeah, you can tell.
That's terrible. Oh, my God. You're about to get your finger bit off.
Aren't you lucky you have two sides?
I'm outside your teeth.
Oh, my gosh.
You can't get me from there.
You want to bet? I'll try.
Can't get you.
Oh, gosh.
And turn your head to the left and back to the right, left. That's good. Tuck your chin. Lift your chin. Tuck your chin. And
One side's usually a lot worse.
turn to the left and turn to the right.
I showed Dr. Rhodes this, and she's like, "Oh my gosh."
So you got the three sutures you have to release.
Mhm.
And then you could do what I call isocranial transorbital, which when you have let me have this chair.
Sure.
Distortions of or asymmetries in the eyes. One eye is big, one eye is small. You can come in here.
Look, Harrison Ford. He's all crooked.
Now, I gotta look at it now. When you look here, see how much farther forward his right eye is than his left?
Mhm.
So he's a little bit internal over here. How's this?
Mm-hmm.
Tender? So we want to open this up, turn this way. I'm going to take the frontal bone here, I'm going to take the temporal bone here, and we're just going to free up the sphenoid. Turn your head to the right, deep breath, gently, slowly, gently, slowly. Deep breath, turn to the left. I'm tractioning the temporal bone posteriorward while I'm pulling the frontal anterior, and I'm releasing the sphenoid anterior and posterior sutural margins, contacting the zygoma here, because remember that the sphenoid contacts the zygoma up in here in a big triangle suture. You don't see it on the surface, but down inside there's a really big suture, an interdentated triangular shaped suture. So turn to the right, deep breath, and relax. Deep breath, turn to the left, and you just stretch all of this out. Turn to the right, and turn to the left, and relax. Now I'm going to come back here on the mastoid, stay right here on the frontal, and turn. Deep breath in, gently Hercules, and slowly turn to the right, to the left, slowly, and turn to the right, slowly, gently. Now I'm going to come back to here onto the occiput behind the lambdoidal suture and take a deep breath. Turn your head to the left and turn to the right and turn to the left and turn to the right and relax. There. How's that now?
Yeah, a lot better.
Okay. Now, come this way. I'm just going to stretch this, lift up on the parietal, take a deep breath in, tuck your chin slowly. I'm pulling down on the superior aspect of the zygoma, and I'm lifting up on the frontal parietal suture, sphenofrontal, right at the pterion. Pull chin up, deep breath in and out, and tuck your chin down and relax. Now I'm coming up onto the temporal squama, and I'm going to lift the parietal up, and I'm going to pull down on the maxilla, or on the superior zygomatic ridge at the temporal bone. Deep breath, and tuck your chin, and breathe out, breathe in, lift your chin, resist gently, Hercules, down slowly, tuck your chin, that's it, right there, and up slowly. So you don't want hard movement. If he goes beyond your ability to resist his movement, then everything locks up. So it has to be very gentle, slow movements. Now how's that? Now come back here. Now look at his eye. Still too big, isn't it? So what we want to do is we want to lift the frontal bone, and we're going to pull down on the zygoma and the maxilla and tuck your chin and lift your chin gently. Tuck your chin and lift your chin. And I'm just on the ridge of bone here at the inferior orbital. That's good. Now come this way and breathe in. Tuck your chin and lift your chin. Really good for sinuses.
Awesome.
Yeah, I can feel them opening up. Big time.
Now, I don't have a roller stool here. All you have to do at home is just scoot my butt and the wheels can't move. Okay. Now, also for sinus headaches, grab a hold like this, and right here, take a deep breath in, hold it, and tuck your chin. Not too much. Deep breath. Lift your chin. Slow. Too much. Not too much. And breathe out. Slowly down. Tuck your chin. That's it. Too much. Too much. You're getting too hard on me. That's good. Turn
you
your head
still
to
do
the
that?
right.
If they've had a nose job.
Turn to the left. Well, I'm not on the cartilage.
So it'd still be okay.
I'm on the bone.
Okay.
I wouldn't do it if they just had it.
Yeah, but if I had it 10 years ago, if it was my sister.
My mother had a nose job. She had one of those big bumps here,
Mm-hmm.
and she did some modeling, so she had to get her face just right. And my mother was a piece of work. And I came home one night. I don't know if I don't think it was. I think it was either junior college or high school. I came home with a laughing bag. Have you ever seen those? It's a little orange bag, silk bag, with a speaker inside of it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
push the button and it go woo hoo ha ha.
Think of the Joker.
Just like the Joker,
Joker.
yes. Push that button and it goes, "Oh, ah, 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 hee, hee," and it makes this insane cackle. So I show it to my mother, and she just thinks that's the greatest thing since sliced bread. So 3 o'clock in the morning, she calls all of my relatives in New York one at a time. Doesn't say who it is on the phone, and of course we didn't have, Stars 69 at that time or anything like that. So they get